What is up, Sleep Tribe? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Healthy Sleep Revolution podcast. I am your host, Dr. Meghna Dassani, and today I wanted to change lanes and swerve off the path just a little bit. We are still going to be talking about sleep, healthy sleep, how we can get to it, what to do to be able to get to it, why it's important, all of that. But I wanted to touch upon a slightly more holistic approach to better sleep. I wanted to talk about the essential oils and uses of these essential oils for sleep apnea. You may or may not know, I've spent the first half of my life in India, born and raised in India, had a practice there before I moved to Houston, Texas, where I now have a dental practice that focuses on treating the patient as a whole, incorporating healthy sleep into how their body heals along with dental treatment. A huge part of the Indian culture as it applies to healing is related to Ayurveda, of course. There's homeopathy as well. Essential oils and its applications also play a huge role. Growing up, now that I think about it, I remember my grandma, my mom, she still does that. Like, we're exposed to the use of essential oil into healing. And we are going to touch just a little bit. We're going to dip our toes into how and if we can incorporate those into getting to healthier sleep for ourselves, for our families, for our children. Now, we know we've talked about this in previous episodes. Sleep apnea is a very common sleep disorder. It affects millions of people worldwide, and sleep apnea is characterized by pauses in breathing. That's when a person stops breathing for 10 seconds or longer, multiple times throughout the night. These interruptions in breathing during sleep then lead to fragmented sleep, poor quality rest. So we could have a person that is sleeping enough hours of sleep, but they're not getting good quality sleep. When we talk about healthy sleep, we want enough hours, but we also want good quality sleep, where a person goes into the different stages of sleep and actually stays in those stages for an adequate amount of time for the body to be able to heal, repair, rest, rejuvenate. Now, a lot of times, medical intervention and lifestyle changes are necessary for managing your sleep apnea. It could be using a CPAP. We've talked about how that's the gold standard. It could be using an oral appliance for somebody, for an adult that is unable to tolerate their CPAP or has mild to moderate sleep apnea. In children, it could mean how we can impact growth and development to be able to impact the shape and the size of their airway, addressing tongue ties, etc. However, alternative therapies such as essential oils are now gaining popularity because these have the ability to complement traditional treatments. Don't get me wrong, we're not substituting it. It is complementing. When we bring these modalities together, it usually is a 1+1 that gives us the benefit. It compounds the effect, leading to much better quality sleep, sometimes being able to get to it faster than we would with just one treatment modality. So then the question is, what are essential oils? Essential oils are highly concentrated plant extracts that are derived from various parts of the plant. It just depends on what plant it is and what we're using it for. It could be from the flowers, it could be from the leaves of the plant, it could be from the fruit, from the roots, sometimes even the stems of the plant. These oils, they have a very characteristic fragrance and properties of the plant that they are extracted from. And the essential oils are obtained through different processes. It could be through distillation, sometimes it's by cold pressing it, or oftentimes by solvent extraction. And this term essential, it refers to the essence or that distinctive scent, smell that the plant has rather than its health significance. So that's a very important point to consider. These oils are used in aromatherapy. They're used sometimes in traditional medicine practices for their therapeutic properties and also for their potential health benefits. Sometimes that could include reducing sleep apnea symptoms. Very, very important point that I want to make sure we all understand. Essential oils cannot cure sleep apnea. These are complementary practices. They complement your existing treatment plans that your MD is recommending or your dentist is recommending and reduce some of the symptoms associated with that condition. The calming effect, the soothing effect of certain essential oils can help reduce stress. They can help promote relaxation, improve sleep quality. It is a complementary process. Okay, let's make sure we are not confusing it with, oh, it's going to cure it. It's not. They do not cure sleep apnea. One of the most common ones that I think we all know about is lavender, right? Lavender oil is one of the most widely recognized essential oils for promoting relaxation, stress relief. The scent is amazing. Let's admit this. It has a very pleasant aroma, and this actually has a mild sedative effect. So it can help people with sleep apnea who often struggle with falling asleep. Could be the anxiety, could be the restlessness, could be the insomnia, and inhaling the lavender oil before bedtime. You have those sprays that you could put on your pillow, or just taking the essential oil, dabbing a few drops on your pillowcase, on a little handkerchief, and having it by your bedside may help induce a state of calmness, and thus making it easier to fall asleep. The next one that I think a lot of us are also familiar with is peppermint oil. Peppermint oil is renowned for its ability to clear airways, to possibly improve respiratory function. In sleep disorders, a lot of times the breathing interruptions can be caused by blocked air passages. So using peppermint oil in a diffuser or applying it either, like I said, to your pillowcase or in a carrier oil topically to the chest. Just a word of caution, you never want to apply straight concentrated essential oils to your skin. You always want to have it in a carrier. Again, if you are going to consider using these, make sure you're talking to somebody or working with somebody that has more knowledge about it. Okay. But applying it can possibly help open up the airways and promote easier breathing during sleep. Next up is eucalyptus oil. And this is another one that a lot of folks are familiar with, similar to peppermint oil. Eucalyptus oil is known for its decongestant properties. So it can help reduce nasal congestion and promote clear breathing. It can help these patients that are people or children that struggle with obstructed airways, just blocked nasal passages. It also has a very refreshing scent, let's admit it, one of my favorites. Can help create that calm atmosphere in the bedroom as well. Another one is chamomile oil. We're all familiar with chamomile tea, right? The natural sedative properties that it has. There's chamomile oil too. It has been shown to have a soothing effect on the nervous system. It can help reduce anxiety, help promote relaxation. You could actually have a few drops of it in a bath if you're one that takes a bath before bedtime. And it can help calm the body down, inducing that tranquility before going to sleep. Valerian root oil is another good option as well for improving sleep quality. It has relaxing properties. It can reduce muscle tension and help promote deeper sleep. Some of the most common ways that you can use these essential oils to help with sleep, I find, and one of my favorites is aromatherapy diffusion. Just use that essential oil in a diffuser in your bedroom, and this is going to help disperse the oils in the air. And not only does it smell amazing, but it helps us fall asleep, get to that relaxed state, and be able to get to the kind of sleep that we want. There's also topical application. And remember, I mentioned earlier, you don't ever want to have concentrated oil directly on your skin. Work with a healthcare provider, work with somebody that is familiar with how to use these essential oils if you are just starting off. But you want to make sure these essential oils are diluted with a carrier oil. It could be coconut oil, it could be any other oils that you're applying that mixture then to your chest or your neck or your back, or somewhere on the skin to help absorb the oils. Again, word of caution, you do not want concentrated oil on your skin directly. Steam Steam inhalation is another great way to get the benefits of these essential oils. Adding a few drops of that essential oil into a bowl of warm water, placing your face over the bowl at a very safe distance to avoid burns, covering the head with the towel and inhaling this steam. Again, you don't want to try this with young children. You have to make sure they're monitored. I usually tell parents, keep this away from kids. As an adult, if you're used to and familiar with steam inhalation, that is another method to be able to incorporate it. Pillow sprays, nasal inhalers are all great ways of getting the benefits of these oils. Spritzing your pillow and your bedding before sleep will help you enjoy the aromatic benefits. Sometimes nasal inhalers come with these essential oils. You can typically find them at health food stores or work with an aromatherapist. So if you're new to these essential oils, or if you want personalized guidance, consider working with an aromatherapist, somebody that's trained in this and will be able to recommend the specific oils and blends that are based on your individual needs and wants. A lot of naturopaths I know are trained in this as well. Part of my naturopathic training that I am in the process of finishing up, a large portion of that training we did work with essential oils. So do your research, find a provider that's going to be able to work with you on this. Essential oils offer amazing benefits, very valuable benefits for people with sleep apnea. They promote relaxation. It helps reduce stress, improve that sleep quality, but it has to be used as a complementary therapy alongside medical treatments and lifestyle changes. I can't stress this enough. Talk to a healthcare professional, especially if you have any pre-existing health conditions, if you have allergies or asthma, before you incorporate any of this into your sleep routine. Key point to remember also is that essential oils affect people differently. What works for one person may not work for someone else. What may benefit you may not have any influence on the quality of sleep that I might have. So just make sure you're working with somebody, you're doing your research, you're actually understanding what it is that you're using before you use it. As always, if this episode provided any value, please share it. If you know somebody that could benefit from learning about this, leave us a review, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time.